That's not the issue. The issue is when and where. When is when you get that wonderful ring. Where? Wherever you want. Within the confounds of that ring. The marriage ring. Have all you want. And another thing. Marriage isn't supposed to be stale. That's why it's important to marry somebody who isn't just appealing to the outside, but important to marry somebody who's appealing to the inside, appealing to your mind, appealing to your heart, appealing to your soul, appealing to your spirit. We're not just chunks of meat. We do have a supernatural side to our humanity, an immaterial part of us that does exist called a soul and a spirit. That's where our emotions and our intellect and our will are driven by. All this is just a heap of nerves and synapses as possessed by the spirit and soul that we are. So don't try, doctors, don't try to find the soul within the body. You're not going to see it. It's a spirit. It's an immaterial. You're not going to see it with any scope, with any mammogram, with any x-ray. You're not going to see the soul or spirit, so you can forget about that. But it's very much present. But, yeah, God wants you to get it on. But it just, it has its proper place and time for it to be its optimum and its safest. You know, there's a lie going around that God wants to ruin your good time. God don't want to ruin your good time. He wants to fulfill it and take it to another level, not to mention protect you in the process. But I'm not going to sit up here and say I've completely arrived, because there's things in my life that I'm still giving over to my Heavenly Father and trusting Him that He's going to take care of it. That's what faith is all about. Trusting God is going to take care of a situation, even if you don't know if or how He's going to answer it. But you know something? He's not called good for nothing. Everything I've ever asked for, at least under His wings, you know, I'm not going to ask for somebody to be killed or something like that. Come on. But everything good and decent, whether it's a new instrument or an opportunity to do something well, or a new item or new toy or something, just about everything that I've asked for, He's granted. It may not have come at the time that exactly that I wanted it, but He granted it. So, you know, aside from this this past 20 years or 10 minutes or so on this subject, or was it just 5 minutes? I don't know. But I'm tying it all back to Tiger. He made a mistake. He did. And he certainly paid the price. But before we start beating a wounded yak, let us think what our values are. What are young males in this society being taught to value? They're being taught to value sleeping with every beautiful woman they can. I mean, how can you deny that about this? How can this factions of this society and media deny that? That's what we teach. We see it in the movies. You can't have a good action movie without a scene where our alpha hero takes a woman and does the do. It's like you can't have certain comedy movies without it. And he was just upholding the law, Tiger was. That's all he was doing. The law of what our society encourages. So, if we want change, we got to make the change. If we want faithfulness, we got to be faithful. If we want our marriages to be complete and holistic in such a way that we won't need to cheat, we need to make our marriages holistic and complete in such a way that we don't need to cheat. That's where marrying the right person comes into mind. So, I don't know about everybody else, but I've been asking Daddy for, let's just say, a really special wife who will complete me in mind, in heart, in soul, in spirit, and in body. I asked, basically to shorten up, I asked God for a very special friend who will be my my wife to be my friend, my best friend, my intimate friend, my lover, my everything. My partner, equal partner. I'm not ahead of her. She's not ahead of me. We're both accomplishing the same goal. That's it. That's that's it. I won't have need to, as you know, as it's put in uh, Proverbs. I won't need to drink from another well when I got a well full of delicious water flowing on my camp. I won't need to drink from another cup when my cup is filled with the sweetest of nectar, renewed by the refiner himself on a daily basis. Hey, that's just the peace I have. That's just the peace I have, but yet, I still have yet to arrive even more in my life, because I'm not a finished work. I'm not perfect. I don't have it all together. But I at least see the road to where getting it together lies. And a lot of people don't see the road, or they do see, but they just want to take the wider road that leads to destruction. And you can't tell me that Tiger is, maybe you can tell me he's having a good time right now, but in another way, he's not having a good time because of the price he's paying for his actions. But I'm just saying, it was the society that encouraged those actions. So that's just the gist of what I have to say about this situation. So let's try to improve our state and do what's right now.